It's time for a Cup of Red, so let's fill your cup with rad pop culture vibes. And now your over-caffeinated hosts, Mike and Katie.
And welcome to another episode of Cup of Rad. We're so glad to have you. We are a day after seeing Captain Marvel because we went on our birthdays.
Excellent birthday movie.
Exactly. It's been a long while since we had one that was really
we were really excited about. It was like, oh, birthday movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But this one we were really excited for.
So with that, this is our episode that's going to have our review of the new Marvel film, Captain Marvel. And we're going to get into that in a moment.
Yes, but first we have some exciting.
We had our birthdays.
Yes.
And last week we went ahead and we decided to get a bit of a joint birthday present-y feel. We have a really cool store called Toy Traders that we were able to dig through a ton of our old Lego.
Because we have so much old Lego.
Yeah, lots of stuff. Katie and I collected a lot of Lego over the years. And
it's just sitting in our garage.
Yeah, it's all boxed up in our garage, and we were like, you know what, our son doesn't really have any interest in these certain sets.
Yeah, so maybe we can trade them in and we basically get store credit at Toy Traders. So
exactly. So what we were able to do last week is we got
our Thor hot toy
from Infinity War,
and it's so we had been drooling over this thing for so long.
Yes,
and so we got excellent amount of credit for our Lego, which was fantastic. There was some collectibles in there as well. There was a decent, a decent haul of trade-in stuff. But I skipped through the store over to it. And I'm like, this one.
Right. So the beauty of the Thor Infinity War one is that it has so many accessories.
Yes.
Out of the box, it has his armored arms without his eye patch. He looks like he did at the end of Infinity War with the Stormbreaker and all that. And then what you can do is you can change out the discs and add the lightning effects. And
that was really cool because you can have the lightning wrapped around his arms too, and his eyes kind of glow. You know what I love? The detail is that his eyes are different colors to reflect the fact that one of them is not his.
Is his robot eye.
Yes.
From Rocket's butt from prison.
Oh, yeah.
I love saying that.
Thank you for reminding us that.
I love saying that. You might want to watch that. But
yeah, he's got two different arms. He's got all the different hands.
Yeah, he's got his bare arm.
You know what? Honestly, this was our first hot toy, and I am still just absolutely flabbergasted. I'm going to use that word. About the detail. It is amazing to see the quality. I was looking at Stormbreaker, and the different look of the textures and the material, and it just looks like it was all melded together. The paint job is immaculate. The detail for all the writing on there is it's unbelievable.
Yeah, the whole figure looks really sharp, and he's got his cape. His cape comes off. I like the fact that I can also make him look kind of like the Ultimate comic version with the armless, bareless, and all that.
Yeah.
The arms are kind of like plushy.
It's strange.
Kind of creepy.
Because you can see, they feel like silly putty. That's what it reminds me of. And you can look at the forearms and you see the little bits of like texture for the hair. And then when you bend his arm, it has that natural crease.
Yeah.
They're soft. It is kind of creepy.
Yeah. And it lights up when you put those discs in. The discs all light up to create that lightning effect, which is really cool.
So yeah, overall, I'm just super impressed with it. And that was even better that I was able to not actually put out any cash for it.
Yeah.
It was all old toys sitting around collecting dust.
Yep. So
traded for something new.
Yeah, we figured that would be the place to do it because we just kind of recycle our thing. Keep that money that we'd already spent in the collection versus maybe going elsewhere, and then we get something that we can really enjoy.
Yes.
As we slim down, because we also got rid of our Pop and our Legend of Thor. It's kind of that feeling of paring it down and just having something awesome.
Yes.
And that's what we're kind of doing with some of our collection as well. I don't know if we're getting old or if we just want something with some quality.
I think it's the quality, and then you realize when you move too, it helps you realize how much stuff you have.
Yes.
You know, when you got to start cleaning it all too, and like all those little things, and when one wrong move hits a shelf and everything falls.
Tumble, yeah.
You know, just the little less things, right?
Yeah.
So
now we got to get a glass case. I want to get a glass case to be able to store him in so he doesn't get dusty and don't have to worry about cats or kids.
So then we'll come to our birthday weekend.
Birthday weekend, I was surprised with something rather cool. You may have seen on the Instagram and all that, but I got Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy as a hot toy, which is really exciting because I've always wanted to really have a Rocket figure.
Well, yeah, you've looked at the Marvel Legends version of him for eons, and you keep looking at it and you're like, oh, but it's just not
Well, I didn't
really
get. I didn't get the
awesome.
first movie. I didn't get the second.
Yeah, but
movie.
like you love Rocket, and because it's like a little mini version of you, and you just couldn't find something you really truly loved. And I appreciate that you didn't just buy it for the sake of it. Before, right?
Yeah, I've only ever had the pop of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I always kind of held off. And I was really excited about this one too because it's got 2 heads, grit teeth, open mouth. He comes with like 3 guns.
All the teeth in his open mouth too. It's unbelievable. It's
Yep.
not, we're so used to like a basic toy would just have a round of plastic with slight bumps in it.
Yeah,
or
it all
something.
looks
like those
individual.
look like real teeth in there. The definition is unbelievable.
So I'm super excited because now I've got Thor and Rocket. I got a t-shirt that has Thor, Rocket, and Groot on it from Infinity War. So I'm just waiting to complete that little image. Maybe.
Yeah, we got to pick up Groot now. It's just a moral imperative.
But we did pre-order something, but maybe we'll talk about that at the end.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, so
The main event.
the main event, Captain Marvel.
Yes, we saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
Bought our tickets, of course, months ago. And
Theater was packed.
theater was, it was totally full. And we had seen so many of our friends too. I mean, you guys have already been watching.
Oh
and
yeah, most of
everything.
you had all seen it. So
And so I felt a little late to the party there, but it is what it is because I know our son was excited to watch it as well.
Yeah.
So we went down to our nice theater with our nice lounge seats.
yeah.
And we're treated to an awesome movie.
Yes.
Overall, first impression, I really enjoyed it. It's I want to go back and watch it again.
Yeah, it was a really cool origin movie. I really, really thought it was well done. And it follows that same formula that they've kind of picked up since Guardians, the humor, action, and all that.
Yeah.
I was really happy with it.
You know what? I expected to enjoy it. I did. But I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Which I was impressed with. Honestly, I was worried there might be a little too much of a too high of a pro-feminine stance because I believe that yes, women and girls deserve to be told that they can be strong and they can do everything. And I love that it did. To me, it came across that way, but it didn't come at the expense of, say, my son feeling like he wasn't good enough. And that really mattered to me a lot. And I really enjoyed that it was just a good, uplifting, hopeful movie full of care and concern and acceptance of things and learning maybe something was different in the world than you knew. Nick Fury was able to change his point of view on aliens and accept something really quickly. I mean, I know he's in S.H.I.E.L.D., so he was expected some weirdness, but this is their first foray into aliens, essentially, right? And so he was very accepting of it, with Captain Marvel being able to accept that her version of what she knew about the Skrulls and the Kree was different than what was really going on, and she didn't fight it too much, but being able to take in the new information and make changes. I think that's all really a good message. And that wasn't forced feeling.
Adaptation.
Yeah, it really came easily.
Yeah.
So
And yeah, that was something that I thought was really cool with it. I love being able to see Samuel Jackson back as Fury.
yeah, well, I missed him.
He hasn't really been in the movies. That was something that I always thought was cool that they got him because the Ultimate Comics, that was who they based Fury off of. So having him in the movies was fantastic, and seeing him in action and grow in that movie even was pretty interesting to see because that film itself showed how it shaped the Fury that we know in Avengers, right? A lot happens to him in that short time frame that molds him into who he becomes.
Well, yeah, and then you see how he realizes how much he doesn't know and how much more they need to be prepared for.
Right.
He takes immediate action to say, well, we need more, we need to do better, so we need to not be so caught off guard.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting to see because it's like it almost is that idea where everything that goes down, it allows him to have that paranoia.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily all good growth as a person, but it is also that growth of like, hey, there's more to this world. It's the whole Iron Man. There's a bigger picture that you don't know about.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
Like
and then
that tie,
the
tie
Earth there got caught into a war that had nothing to do with Earth.
Exactly.
And being, well, what else are we going to be involved with? And honestly, the inclusion and knowledge that a creature like the Skrull exists in the galaxy, that's plenty to give you paranoia. Someone who can blend in. Shapeshifters are something that has haunted our ghost stories forever type feel. I mean, that's a scary monster for us. To know that those are real and to be able to be fooled by it twice, it would definitely make you on edge.
Exactly.
So with a couple of other things that I really enjoyed, I loved all the nostalgia for it, for sure.
Yes.
It was hard because our son was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Why are you laughing?
But we laughed, repeatedly.
Yeah.
Because
there was a lot of laughter in the theater.
Yeah, for
all
everyone,
the 90s,
too.
The blockbuster jokes and all that.
And the internet jokes.
The internet jokes and
that was really funny, right? And things that
the computer loading. And
yes. Even our son at least laughed at that because he at least recognized that to him it was still taking a long time too. So it was like, what is this?
Exactly. I'm curious if that will hinder anyone's viewing, especially being younger and being like, well, what's the jam with this, right?
Yeah. Another thing I really enjoyed was the lack of romance.
Yeah.
Because you don't need it. You know what? You don't need it in there. That was one thing that always bothered me with Thor, got bogged down by romance. And I liked that wasn't an issue. It wasn't even a thought process in there.
Yeah. Jude Law's character was all there just to be her trainer.
Yeah, he was just supposed to be a teacher to her, and that was it.
And her handler for
yeah, exactly. Then you find out, right?
That's what it is.
Yeah, he was just there to be able to monitor
control her.
Yeah.
Basically, they were waiting to use her as a weapon.
Yes.
In some form.
Yeah, they were hoping that she wouldn't crack and wouldn't remember anything, and she would be able to just be their giant photon blast to help them, destroy everyone, right?
Yeah. So that was really cool to see. It was really nice to have that feeling.
Yeah, because overall the story was well paced. It didn't feel like
fast.
It lulled. It had a lot of good action, I thought, but you had some nice wit and humor in there, which reminded me of the Guardians for sure.
Yeah.
She seemed like she was a nice person. Like I really liked her. She wasn't hard and prickly like I was afraid she might be.
Yeah.
And she was a genuinely, good person, it seemed like.
Yeah.
So
this might stir the pot for people, but where parts of Wonder Woman worked for me, there were parts of it that didn't work for me.
Yeah.
And I've heard the exact same things about this movie too, but I found that Captain Marvel was more of a solid, full feeling of her origin story. Yes, she takes off at the end and all that to go help, but she was never bogged down with the romance that was in Wonder Woman. But also wasn't bogged down with that, even though she had fire shooting from her hands, photon things and all that, it never felt overused to the point where the screen was just a mess of energy.
Well, and the only time that there was it going everywhere was when she was in space fighting Ronan. And it was awesome. It was like, this is mass chaos, but she is a one woman taking down
Wrecking Ball.
This gigantic, armada almost feel of these missiles everywhere and just decimating everything.
Yeah.
That was a deserving place for it to have lots of energy. It's interesting.
If we were to compare the two, that was the thing that I felt
because I thought about it yesterday too. I was during the movie. We've already established in prior episodes that I can be relatively emotional, and I had multiple times in the movie where I just was overwhelmed with joy of it. It wasn't sadness; it was excitement and joy seeing something powerful on the screen, and got a little teary-eyed for it just for that. And I remember feeling that way in Wonder Woman, but I felt that way in Wonder Woman more when it first started, when she was still on the island and when she was training with the Amazons. I felt more of that.
Well, the
joy.
No Man's Land scene, that's the most powerful scene in that movie.
Yes.
Right.
And so I really felt it then, but as the movie went on, I had those like, really? They're doing that? And I didn't like the intense romance. We're going to stare at each other and feeling. I felt it really bogged the movie
that one
down,
happened
right?
too fast.
Yeah, and it didn't make sense. I didn't feel for the character with it, And I didn't feel that way in Captain Marvel. I kept feeling like, wow, this is awesome, and it's really strong, and it's really powerful, and it's full of hope, and I felt that all the way through. I never felt like really, is the scene going to end? Or why did they do this? Or this doesn't make any sense. I never felt that. So I'm hoping that it will, because I was too excited for Wonder Woman to kind of knock it when I first saw it. So I was like, wow, it's Wonder Woman. I finally got to see it, and for the most part, I enjoyed it for sure. I'm not like hating on the movie, but after rewatching it and talking about it more, you realize those things that I felt that I tried to ignore.
Yeah.
And I haven't felt that for this.
And we've been talking about this movie ever since we saw it.
Yeah, we started talking immediately.
It literally was, we saw it, we got in the van, we went to go do something else, and we talked all the way there. We didn't even, when we got home and it was birthday celebration, pizza party.
We just talked about the movie.
We talked about the movie.
Yeah.
We literally have been talking about it for 8+ hours since we saw it. And my only real gripe that I took from it was the No Doubt song scene. And I would have been 100% forgiving with that scene if the jukebox started playing when one of the bad guys hit it and it started playing from the jukebox.
It was well, the scene itself wasn't the problem. It was the music used just as an overlay for it.
Yeah.
Right? Not an actual source.
The music everywhere else, the 90s music they did, had a bit more of a placement because you could see it being like a radio or something else
that made sense
was
why
in
it was
it.
playing.
Yeah, that was the only one that was a little bit more forced for me.
Yeah, because I
sure.
noticed that too. I'm like, well, I'm caught because I love this song and I think it's funny and it's really well used for the timing for it. But where is it coming
But I'm not
from?
mad, I'm not mad enough to like rip a strip and be like, the movie is only 5 out of 10 now because they placed that song.
Totally ruined it.
And that's something too where a lot of people had a lot of gripes over the trailers for certain things. But I'm gonna say right off the bat, watch the movie.
Well, yeah.
And see that everything you complained about in a lot of places is fixed in there.
Yep.
Oh, why did she fall off the train? Because she was wearing a power dampener that didn't allow her to see her true potential, that she couldn't fly yet because she hadn't learned that she could fly.
Yeah.
Boom. Why didn't she smile? Because she didn't smile in the trailers because they were trying to breed out all her emotion and try to make her a robot.
Yeah, so then you didn't.
Yet throughout the movie, she smiles
smiled a lot.
So I'm going to be that.
Calm it
that
down.
moment.
You're getting a little too hyperventilated.
I'm going to throw out there that I'm really tired of people bitching and complaining that a powerful woman's on screen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that to you guys. I'm gonna be that guy at that moment.
Well, because it's ridiculous. It makes no sense.
Right? That why can't we all enjoy it? And you know what? Here's something too. This movie is gonna open the door to so many girls and women to go find comics in an already struggling industry. Just because the movies are doing well does not mean the comics are doing well. If the comics don't do well, we don't get these movies anymore.
Well, yeah, it's not like just the female characters in the comics are going to get cut. All across the board, the comics are going to get cut. So it doesn't matter what character you enjoy, you want the comic industry to do well. Which means bring everyone you possibly can in to read them.
Yeah.
I don't understand the logic behind knocking certain characters so badly.
Well, you know what? I understand. If you don't like the movie, then that's
Or don't like the
fine.
character, you don't have
That's
to.
totally cool. That's understandable. But guess what? They need to find new ways to get new viewership, new butts in the seats.
Well,
we are dealing with a business. So things like Black Panther and all that are bringing a different demographic into the seats. They might not speak to you directly.
Yeah.
But there's tons of movies that happened in the past 10 years that didn't speak to a whole slew of people.
Well, you know what? With Captain Marvel here, she had her cockiness and her confidence that came across, but it wasn't, I am better than you. It's just, I can do this.
Yep.
And I think that is an okay confidence to have because I loved that scene. I might even tear up right now. I was super proud of that scene though, when the Supreme Intelligence was trying to tell her that she was nothing before they found her. You were just human. And it was that idea that it doesn't matter what gender she is. It was still that powerful human aspect that there are people that will continue to get knocked down, but they will continue to get up. And with that, it was just super impressive that it was, I'm human, and that means I will continue to get back up.
Well, it's almost that same scene that was in Spider-Verse. The idea where when you get knocked down, you got to get back up. And they showed that with all the different areas, wherever she made a mistake, she was getting back up.
Yeah, and I don't care gender, age, color, anything. That is an awesome lesson to learn and a great message. You know, we try to tell our son that, and it's a hard thing to try to teach. So if you can find a movie that helps click in some way, that maybe my parents are right, but you know what? Even adults need to be reminded of that.
Yeah,
we give up on life way more than we like to admit.
We like to find things that will blame for our problems. Instead of taking the responsibility that we just need to get off our ass and do it.
Well, and we find reasons to sabotage ourselves. We do all these sort of things, and it would have been so easy for her to fall in line with the Kree idea and be like, well, I'm better now because I was weak and everything like that. No, she found the strength of that and that reminder that we all have that inside of us if we choose to look at it. And again, look at the core message of it and stop getting caught up in all these
gender politics.
You know, it's let it speak to everyone.
Yeah.
And if it finds new people that it never talked to before,
exactly,
then that's awesome.
And that's the thing, is finding the fandoms that help lift the world into a positive light.
Because our son loved this movie.
Oh yeah,
he absolutely loved it, and he never felt like it didn't speak to him. He enjoyed it for everything that it was.
Yeah.
And that's...
And what's rare for him is to actually say an actual opinion on a movie in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
A lot of cases it'll be, well, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
But this was, I really enjoyed that movie. It was really good. And he started talking about scenes that he liked.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the cat scenes.
That one really helped him for sure. He loved those. The scenes with Goose were hilarious.
Yeah.
Like Nick Fury interacting with him was awesome. And it made it funny too because our cat is orange as well, so it was just that extra little bit of humor to it. But yeah, he wasn't just laughing at those. Yeah, he didn't get the 90s jokes, but obviously it didn't hinder his enjoyment of the movie. No. And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
If anything, too, it opened up a bit more of a conversation with him about what things were.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of our past.
We got to play the whole, like, back in my
day.
But
he was so proud of himself that he recognized Blockbuster, though. He's like, I heard you guys talk about that. I knew what that was.
Right? But that's something too that was really, cool to see was Fury in action and see how he worked. They made nod to him being in the army, a colonel, a spy. Yeah. All those things that happened in his past in the comic books are now noted for sure, not just I'm a super spy that works for S.H.I.E.L.D. The thing I did find funny was I called it, though.
What?
You remember back when we first saw those trailers and he was petting the cat?
Yeah.
And he was being all close? I was like, that's how he's going to lose his eye.
Yeah. Because you look at it and you're like, something's wrong, something's wrong.
And it was just funny. That's how it went down. It played down that he got too close. And we go back to that whole thing back from Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
Well, yeah, it's a perfect play for it, for the fact that, he got too close to this thing and he didn't believe everyone that told him that it wasn't just a cat, that it was something dangerous and scary.
More than meets the eye.
Right? And he just did not want to believe anyone for it. And I think that is a major play into who he was as he continued on his career.
Yep.
Because it was that idea that if someone tells you something's dangerous, they probably know something you don't. And maybe you should at least pay attention, be wary, and listen to them.
And that plays right in back into Avengers, where the idea that when he ends up taking out the air fighters and all that, when he knows that Iron Man can take care of things, does not blow up New York just because, like, he, all those little seeds.
Yes.
So I really hope that we can get more Nick Fury action. I'm really excited for him in Far From Home.
Yeah. I'm excited to have him back.
I want my Sam Jackson fix.
Well, yeah.
I need my Sam Jackson fix because it was just awesome too. Just in the effects to make him look young were
and Coulson.
Insane.
Yeah.
Coulson looked a little off in a couple.
He looked kind of plastic.
But Fury looked like...
Well, because he looked so serious. They told him he was a brand new guy, right?
Yeah.
So he was super reserved. But yeah, Fury looked amazing. Like,
right. The only time you could tell really was when he was running more.
Yeah.
Because then it was like, you can see the older Samuel Jackson running, not a but at the same time.
But then again, they were saying that he's been sitting in a desk, for a lot of the time. He probably hasn't.
And
had
he just got his butt kicked.
Yeah,
so.
I like the little nods where you thought that his, like the first time his eye was all bright red and blood. And you're like, okay, so is that when he's gonna lose his eye? No, and then he was totally fine, and then you like this lulled back to being okay.
Yeah.
Even. Well, honestly, when they went into the wreckers room and that cat showed up and it was like suddenly just sitting there, from then on it was like this thing, something's wrong.
What's cool though is that for the most part,
but then it was really nice. The cat was really nice.
They didn't spoil it, which was good. They didn't show any of that in the trailers.
Well, you know what? We had talked about that. The trailer was not the bad guy in this. It did not ruin it. There was so much of the movie
they did a good
that was
job.
not there that I didn't feel like, well, why was that scene in the trailer? It was really awesome. It wasn't in the movie. Or that twist. I think they did a great job writing the Skrulls in there with the fact that you constantly were waiting for something to go wrong with them because we've been ingrained that the Skrulls are supposed to be evil. And I thought it was an interesting twist of that, looking at something from a different point of view.
Yep.
But it's the reality that he makes note to say there's thousands of Skrulls across the galaxy.
In their own little tribes.
There's probably evil Skrulls somewhere that have not found a way.
And they'll come back, right?
Yeah. And then, what's worse than, say, S.H.I.E.L.D., assuming that the Skrulls are not there to harm them, to now all of a sudden possibly facing something where they are and they don't have the family value and they don't care of anyone but themselves. Yes. And now it's going to cause problems because...
That's how they're probably going to get the secret invasion feel, is basically it's going to be the idea that maybe this will be the time Fury brings his guard down or something. Yeah. He's not going to assume. He's going to hope that
they're all the same. That they all care about family.
Because you got to think about it.
They're just like humans.
Look at the fact that, the Kree were painted off as all evil and bad and blah, blah, blah. but they talked about it later on. The Kree weren't bad. They were rebuilding their society in Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Ronan went crazy.
Ronan was the break-off factions that were in their own.
And you can see Ronan was already more extreme. He was like the heavy gun to call in.
Yeah, he was
from the
SWAT
Warriors, right?
feel.
Yeah, exactly. It was like you know what, we need shit, taken care of. We're gonna call in Ronan for it.
Yeah, it was interesting to see how that all played out and how that tied and the Tesseract and all those kind of things. So
I love how it all came together with the different with their energy source, and it made such a good story. I don't feel like there was holes in it of how did that happen or this didn't connect, and it all kind of blended together, and it had a good weaving of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't so lateral, right?
I'm curious to see if the Tesseract then will still play. I know, granted, it's been broken down to a stone now, but we don't know what's going to happen with Endgame, if time travel and, so we've seen the Tesseract created power enough to create Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yes.
Mutants, technically. Miracles is what they were called at that time.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing that the energy that the Tesseract was used to create an engine was absorbed by Danvers to create Captain Marvel, which basically is a mutant.
Yeah.
Is the MCU going forward going to do something with that, and is that going to be the cause of the mutation in the world?
Yeah.
Is that going to be in Endgame? Are they going to destroy the Gauntlet, or are they going to destroy the gem and the sonic wave shoots out over the earth
and creates mutants that way? Oh, that would be an interesting concept.
Like, that's my wonder, because they've now connected 3 people that have created powers out of the Tesseract.
Yes, exactly.
So that would be their easiest way for why mutants haven't been around.
Yes, because they haven't actually existed right now
in this world. So that's my curiosity. What did you think of the mid-credit scene?
Oh yes, with that, it's still funny to not hear end credit scene for it. That was really awesome. I think it was really cool to be able to see that pager, and they understood the importance of it, and to sit there but I want to know when that happens.
Well, I was worried at first. I was worried at first that it was just going to be them talking about it and send the signal.
I know, right? I'm like, wow, really?
This is
but then when Shio shows up, it was just like, oh, that's
right.
Awesome. I'm super excited. Like that alone, like I'm already excited for Endgame. But it was a perfect thing to remind me. No, I'm really excited for Endgame.
Now, my curiosity is when this takes place.
Yes.
Or have they bamboozled us a little bit with the trailers?
Okay.
Because the end credit scene, Cap still has his beard.
Yes.
The trailers, Cap doesn't have his beard.
Yes.
So where are things? Where are things lying?
Yeah.
So is Captain Marvel going to come back? Is she going to take a team to go find Thanos while other Avengers try to do something else with Stark, with this whole time travel aspect with Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Right? Is that what's going to happen? Because that's what I can see happening.
Yeah.
Right? If you think about it, I would say Danvers would take Thor and Rocket.
Yeah.
That's my fan fiction, right? Because
they have the biggest thing against Thanos directly, right?
Thor failed, and he's going to want a second round.
Yeah.
Rocket has a bigger stake because they've confirmed that Groot's last words are dad and daddy as he's dying, right?
That you told me that? It's just like, oh my gosh.
So he's going to want to have revenge.
Yeah.
So that'd be my dream team of heading out to space to try to find Thanos, take the battle to him.
Yeah.
But my fan fiction never goes the way I do it.
No, yours is always better.
Well, I hope that.
Can you imagine Thor and Captain Marvel together? That would be an interesting
power set.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
I'm curious.
See if they can work well together or not. But
I'm curious to see because everything we're hearing is it's having a huge weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to be big this last weekend here, owning the box office, which was really cool because it's been really a lull at the box office.
Yeah.
A lot of the movies that were expected to be big haven't really been big. Captain Marvel, I really got a kick out of it. Like, I actually really want to see it again. I want to go through it and watch it again and see extra details and all that, because there was some really good
how things
action
would tie
in it.
together. Yeah.
And as I love Danvers, she played a great role. Larson was very charming in it.
Yes.
And I get my Samuel Jackson back. Like,
I thought, I think it looked awesome. So then what was cool was before the movie, we had gone to the mall. I had a little bit of birthday money shopping for, and I had gotten for my birthday from my boys, my Captain Marvel tank top and jewelry, which was super awesome. And I was super excited to wear.
And I surprised her with Captain Marvel earrings.
Yes, you did.
Because I did something thoughtful.
Because, he knows that I love matching sets, and he's like, I could hear it. You're going to put your necklace on, and then you're going to be like, but I don't have Captain Marvel earrings. And I was like, exactly, that's totally true. And I'm super excited that you got me earrings. So I have my full Captain Marvel stuff on, but I was regretting the fact that I never tried on the brown bomber jacket that Hot Topic had.
You tried on the Her Universe,
the costume jacket. And it was a weird fit. It was very narrow in the shoulders. It was very short. It just did not work for me at all. And, you know, the other thing too is I have my Riverdale coat. I have my Harley Quinn coat, same color scheme. They're not the easiest coats to wear with things. And the brown bomber jacket definitely had a little bit more of a functionality to it, and I don't have anything like it. And I put it on and it fit so much better, and it was super comfortable. And well,
that was my problem. So I was like, they still have that jacket, you go ahead and buy that.
And so it was awesome too, because I had hot cash and a discount, and so I got the jacket for nearly half off, which was fantastic. And I put that thing on, I wore it all day, and I'm already gonna wear it again today. That's just happening, and I love it. So I was, even after watching the movie, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Well, you just look badass that I get to wear just it. Like, so. You were strutting and climbing. Like, it was just like, was so happy. You liked the movie, you like your jacket, you were just like, you had that moment of something speaking to you.
Yeah, right? and I, as I say, it wasn't that it was just a strong female, it was a good, hopeful movie. You made a good point, actually. You know, like, this is what a Superman movie should feel like.
Yes.
That hope, that power, that intensity, that acceptance for things, all of those themes was what a Superman movie should be.
Yeah, that's what was missing from the newer Superman stuff.
I was super excited. And then my other thing, though, is as soon as the movie was over, I leaned over. We've been hemming and hawing about this. And I was like, Mike, you know what we're going to do? Is I want that Captain Marvel hot toy. Yep. Want the Captain Marvel hot toy.
See, I'd say we need to pre-order that thing. And so she was just like, let's wait for the movie.
And we waited for the movie, and we turned around and pre-ordered it last night.
There you go. We did.
So, you know what? It's early enough pre-order. Take advantage of those payment plans for Hot Toy, which was fantastic that they offer that direct through their website with that. So I'm super excited. We'll get that at the end of the year here. It's a long wait, but it will be totally worth it. We got the deluxe version, so she comes with her jacket.
And she comes with Goose.
I have my new obsession with his coat now. And she comes with Goose, which is awesome. But Mike's just excited for the flaming mohawk head.
LED
it lights up. It's awesome.
And the deluxe version also comes with those extra blasts.
Yes.
So which was really cool. So I'm really excited for that.
So we've just been on a super pumped, like, super excited birthday fiesta.
Yeah. So even though we're going to get the Captain Marvel through Sideshow and all that directly, we still have our cash from Toy Traders, which we're hoping to get the Doc Strange.
That is my plan, yes. Doc Strange.
I still have birthday money, because I didn't, I had some relatives, some lovely, nice relatives that gave a huge chunk of money. But that's all gonna get banked for Toy Traders for
hopefully a Spider-Man
or to Doc Strange or something else that shows up, that because that's
our new rabbit hole now.
At the same time, I'm liking it because it's simpler, it's cleaner, and we're gonna tidy up some things that way, which is really cool.
Overall, excellent.
I know I got a little tense on you guys, but
but you know what, it deserves
sometimes
it.
I have passion. And sometimes when I feel that some things are a little unjust and unfair, I get a little passionate. I try to temper myself sometimes.
Yeah, you kind of let go on that one. It was just like, whoa! But you know what? It was a very good point, and I think it needs to be said. So yeah, I really got a kick out. I can't wait for it. And we move right on to Endgame excitement. Yes, oh my goodness.
It's going to be an amazing, amazing ride. Another thing to mention is the Spit Roast podcast.
Oh, yes.
I saw that Adam and all them seem to enjoy the Captain Marvel movie as well.
Yes.
I can't wait to listen to their review on it.
He's done it twice, and he's currently booking his third viewing of it. So.
Well, yeah, so that's amazing. So, if you're done listening to our episodes, go check out Spit Roast podcast, because they do some really cool things about movies. They hit some things that we don't hit all the time.
Yes.
So,
check them out.
Yeah, totally. And with that ends another episode of Cup of Rad.
Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Love this episode of Cup of Rad? Please subscribe, rate us, and give us a review. Also, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more rad content.